Welcome to the world of Megs mysteries, ghosts, thrillers, and murder. Sit back and watch the mysteries unfold if you dare. Mysteries from the past and into the future. Please don't forget my podcast.
Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. This story is called The Yak Yak Bird. A funny thing happened this morning. I turned my computer on and the screensaver was a toucan bird, colorful and lifelike. I started to laugh and my husband Tom said, "What's so funny?" Well, it's funny now, not so much for a 5-year-old. I was taken back in time with a memory to the kindergarten class, 1959. This was not a pleasant memory. Now at 71 I can laugh, but then a small, timid, sickly kid, tears were my only outlet, and the torment was so real again. Being embarrassed at a young age can scar you for life. But now I can finally get my revenge. I'm a mystery writer and creator, so what do I do with this certain memory? I write a mystery. Here is the mystery of the Yak Yak Bird. P.S. Some names are changed to protect the innocent. I was 5 and one of the oldest kids in our kindergarten class. My birthday was January, so many of the other kids were younger than I was. But I was so tiny and didn't grow, they towered over me. But they were all friendly and we all got along. Boys and girls of all colors and creeds. I was scared at first and didn't talk until we played and all became friends. Where I lived on the outskirts of town, not too many children my age, so I grew up with my sister who's 8 years older and my brother, 10 years older than me. They were my only companions. We had cousins, of course, but we didn't see them all the time. So school was an exciting adventure, but also frightening. Days went by and I was getting comfortable and seeing the other kids playing. I was making lifelong friends now. Story time, then nap time. Miss Tilly Davis was our kindergarten teacher. "Now, children, sit and be quiet. It's story time." So we all circled around her and sat on the floor. "Quiet now," she said. But I was so excited to have friends around me, I was still talking and laughing. "Maria, come here." Oh boy, I'm in trouble now in front of the whole class. So I go to her with my head down. She gets up and gets a brown paper bag and cuts an opening like a cage of a bird and puts it on my head. "Stand here," she says. And then to the class she says, "Let's all the other children go around me singing, 'Maria is a yak yak bird, Maria is a yak yak bird.' Around and around they go." I'm in the center and I start to cry. I couldn't stop the tears. Then I was put in a corner with the bag still on my head, while she read the story to the others. Then she said, "Nap time. Okay, class, get your blankets and mats. Nap time. Maria, you can come join the class. Take that bag off your head now." Crying still, but I laid down with the others. The same day, another kid was embarrassed by her. Nap time. Larry, Lawrence King, was a happy, normal kid. He made a lot of friends, but he was tired all the time. "Okay, kids, nap time." And she looked at me. I just put my head down. Miss Davies says, "Quiet," and the class settled down. Most of us don't sleep, we just lay there. But Larry falls into a deep sleep. "Okay, it's time to wake up now," she says. But Larry was passed out and he wouldn't wake up. She goes over to him and says, "Lawrence King, get up now." He finally woke up, but he was very groggy. She said, "Class, Lawrence is a sleepyhead. We will all sing. Circle around him." I couldn't do it. How mean. I just sat there. Then she looked at me with that mean face. Then the bell rang. It was time to go home. Saved by the bell. I felt sorry for Larry, and the other kids did too. Memory sure can stay with you. So here is my revenge after all these years. Nursing home. Sleepy Time Acres, I call it. All the occupants just mope around, shuffle along the cold corridors. mostly are tired and lonely, or just sit idly by as their life slips by them. This is my first day here as a nurse's aide, and then I see her. My old kindergarten teacher just sitting there, small, old, and still with that mean face. I go to her. Well, well, hi, Miss Davis. Remember me? No, dear, who are you and how do you know me? She says. I wanted to say the yak-yak bird, but I only said, I'm Maria Toucan. I made the name up just for the fun. Then she scrunched her eyes to see me. That's a strange name you have. Now get me to breakfast room before my food gets cold. Of course, I'll be your aide today. And I smiled, but thought, still the mean old lady I remember. Inside my head, I was back in the kindergarten class. How mean she was. Mean to all the kids. Just starting out in school. She loved to embarrass us for her amusement. And this is what she did to me. 5 years old, finally with kids my age to make friends and start our school years. I was so excited to have friends. We were at story time, gathered all around her for our favorite storybooks. She said, quiet now and sit around me. I was too excited and still talking to my friends, so she said, come here, and made me get up in front of the class. She got a brown paper bag, cut it like a bird cage, and put it on my head. That was bad enough, but then she said, class, circle around Maria and sing, Maria is a yak-yak bird, Maria is a yak-yak bird. I was so embarrassed I cried. So the memories all came back to me as soon as I saw her old mean face. But now who's in charge? Me. Another coincidence that day. I met the doctor for the nursing home, Dr. Lawrence King. Wow, a friendly face. I met him in the same kindergarten class, all through school. He went away to college and became a doctor. So happens he was here on my first day to check out some patients. I said, hi, Larry. He said he knew me right away. Oh, you haven't changed a bit, he said. We talked about old times, and I said, guess who I'm the aide to today? Miss Davis. We both remembered her. He said he was her doctor, and she was not in good health, had a bad heart, but still mean and bossy. She had also embarrassed him in that class, too, I remembered. Nap time, all must be quiet and sleep. Get your blankets and masks. Most of the kids just lay there not sleeping, but Larry fell deeply in sleep. And when it was time to get up, he didn't want to wake up. She went over and yelled at him, Lawrence, get up now. Groggy, he woke up, and then it happened. She made the whole class go circle around him and sing, Lawrence is a sleepyhead, Lawrence is a sleepyhead. But I didn't do it, I just sat there. And she stared at me. Then the bell rang, and we all went home. But he took it in stride and didn't seem to care. I guess I was too sensitive when she did it to me. But that was a mean thing to do to us little kids. I asked him, how do you act when you have to treat her? He said, oh, she's old and not long for this world, bad heart and other problems, no family or friends. Well, I thought to myself, no wonder she has no one. She's always so mean. That night she rings her call bell. I was on call. How can I help you, Miss Davis? She yells, I can't breathe. Right. My pain in my arm. Call the doctor now. Call someone. Just don't stand there, girl. Well, Miss Davis, it's quiet time now. All the others are sleeping, like nap time in your kindergarten class. Remember? Be quiet and lay down now. I couldn't help it. I had to put that dig in. She didn't even notice what I was saying. She started yelling, call someone now. Use that buzzer. Get me help. So sorry, I said. I closed my lips like I was locking them with a key and throwing the key away. I said, no more yak-yak bird, remember? It's quiet time now. She did remember. Oh, it's you, little yak-yak bird. Still being a smarty pants. Call for help. I need a doctor now. So I smiled. She knew exactly who I was then, and I'm in charge now. But I pressed a button and called the doctor. Dr. Lawrence King came in. He was on call that night, too. We both just laughed, and I left. I heard the next day she died in her sleep. I made like I was surprised and said to the others, "Well, she was old and sickly. Maybe it was for the best. She can rest now." But secretly, I knew down deep in my heart where she was going to wind up. That afternoon, Dr. Lawrence King came in and did his rounds, checked on all his patients. When he was about to leave, he said to me, "Enjoy your evening." I said, "I will," and we both smiled. Moral to the story: just be nice or someday it'll all catch up with you, just like it did for dear old Miss Davis. Hi, Meg here. This was just fiction. I'm really not revengeful, but it makes for a good mystery, doesn't it? So remember, memories could stay with you, good and bad. So enjoy your evening. Have a great evening and come back for more mystery. Until next time.
Forget my